There will be no Chicago slander in the chat today. No. Zero. We love our brothers and sisters over there in Chicago. We don't like what the politicians is doing, but we got bigger fish to fry today. And the first place that we going to start is Florida. At good old Florida. I heard DeSantis is over there on Miami Beach stopping y'all from having fun. Good. I'm tired of women getting pregnant while they drunk on spring break and then going to come back talking about, I need me a good man. I'm coming back off of spring break. I'm pregnant and I'm keeping it and I need me a step-baby daddy because I don't even know who the daddy of my child is. I heard DeSantis is over there stopping y'all from getting pregnant on Miami Beach. But, we're not talking about Miami Beach spring breakers today. That was the other day. We're not talking about Chicago today. That's probably going to be tomorrow. We know that Chicago not going to stay out of the news that long, so we'll get there. But let me go over to Florida. Did you know that Florida just had a record human trafficking bust that spanned across multiple different counties? Teachers, police officers, preachers, school crossing guards. Yeah, y'all over there a mess in Florida. Shout out to the sheriff doing great things over in Florida. Look at me. I'm just hitting the wrong thing all day long. But we going to get there. Shout out to Florida. Let me bring y'all up to speed of what's happening down in Florida, y'all.
Well, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd joins us now. Sheriff, good work on all this. How did you get started on this whole investigation?
Thank you, Elizabeth. My detectives, who are the very best, worked with the local police detectives, and we all do these operations over and over and over again. So it's no secret to anyone in this county. Of the 228 arrested, only 42 were from this county, and they obviously live under a rock because we arrest many people. We were shocked. We had school teachers, we had coaches, we had a former detention deputy, and you see that we had victims that came to this country illegally. They were indentured to human traffickers. In order to pay their way, they had to forward $3,000 a piece every Friday to their pimp or their trafficker.
Can we stop there for a minute? Between 200 and 300 people that was a part of a network of people that was basically, listen. This migrant crisis, this thing is bigger than just, they just walking into the country. No, it's big money. Listen, why y'all think that we cover the migrant crisis and it's so pertinent to us? Why it's so important for us to solve for what is happening now? I have a theory, but I can't say it. Even if I could prove it, it wouldn't be pertinent for me to do so because I want to make sure that I don't cross the line too much and upsetting the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. However, what I'm telling you is that, listen, this thing that we talking about, this is way more than, oh my God, they're crossing our borders and they're just trying to displace us. That man said these people had to fork over $3,000 a week to whomever it is that's pimping them out, which this is an entire spider web and network of people that is basically finessing these people over here in the United States of America. And this is happening in cities everywhere. Listen, a lot of times we be knowing and we be seeing it right in front of our eyes and we just walk right past it because y'all keep saying, mind your business. No, it's somebody over there that's getting finessed. Yes, over 200 plus people, teachers, all of this stuff. It's happening. It's happening right before your eyes.
You mentioned you had a school teacher, a coach. What were these people doing or accused of doing?
They were all soliciting prostitutes. In fact, we had 2 from the Air Force and 1 who was going to join the Air Force. We had 2 or 3 coaches and a teacher. We had a former detention deputy, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. Those people should know better.
Yeah.
They are public servants. but they got caught up and they got arrested.
How do these women fall victim to this kind of sex trafficking? Those women from Venezuela who we just saw in that hotel room, that you say they're being forced to pay up $3,000 a week, which is a huge sum of money for these folks. Were these
It's
people?
a huge sum of money for everybody. That's $12,000 a month. What you mean? Listen, when we getting all of these people and y'all keep seeing these people at the border, think about it. Y'all keep seeing all of these people and they be at the border. And we look at them and we look at these reports because we see them all the time, right? And we see them and we say, oh man, that's crazy. How come it's only men that's at the border? Have y'all, come on, man. Come on. The U.S. does not have the resources to stop human trafficking, is what Eric says. I know, because I think that there's a lot of people that's a part of the network that's actually benefiting from it. It's not that they don't have the resources to stop it. It's that they don't have they're not trying to stop it because they're the one that's absorbing all of the resources. Can I get an amen? We look at the border and we be like, man, they sending all of their men over here. It's only men. What you think that happened with the women? What you think that happened with the women? So we got $60 billion to be able to send over to Ukraine on a monthly basis, but we ain't got no resources to be able to stop people from getting bussed down. Okay. Maybe we want to stop the gun trafficking too, right? We want to stop that? No worries.
They bring them here from Venezuela, and that's why they're in their debt?
Exactly, Elizabeth. They brought them over, and this is part of what they charged them. And they landed, when they came into the country, they were given some kind of documentation which allowed them to get on an airplane and fly free. The government paid for it, of course. They flew and were operating out of Yonkers, New York. The lead that we have on the human trafficker is that it's an illegal female Dominican in the South Florida area. So she would arrange and set up their meets, and then they would fly to the various areas. So our nearest large airport is the Tampa airport, about 30 minutes away. The three of the ladies flew in, plus the handler, which is to watch them and make sure that they work. Now, here's what's interesting. They told us this. We haven't verified it yet, but they said every time they flew, they presented those documents and flew for free. So we said, are you kidding us? So the federal government flew you to Tampa to have sex, to
The federal government flew you over to Tampa? Hold on, wait. This is the sheriff talking. This is not my opinion. This is not me supposedly saying stuff, insinuating, allegedly. This is the sheriff in Florida that is telling you that the federal government is flying these people back and forth for free. If it's a lie, then he told it. If it's a lie, then he told it. He said, wait a minute. So y'all talking to me and y'all telling me that the freaking federal government, don't tell me about the money that they have to stop it. Tell me about the money that's going in to fund it. Let me say it again. These is regular airports. Don't tell me about what the money is to stop it. Eric Daniels, you cannot be living this far under a rock to where you literally just taking everything at face value. Eric, you can't be living this far under a rock. You can't be. You can't be. No, you can't be living this far under a rock. Forget stopping it. Forget putting up the money to stop it. How about funding it? That's what he's saying.
Work, and we just can't believe it. So it's not just a one-way ticket. Apparently, they're able to fly several ways.
Wait, what is this documentation? I'm still confused as to what they're producing to get a free airline ticket.
Whenever they come into the country illegally and they register as
on the app, on the Border Patrol app.
Yes, it would be DHS.
We're gonna get to that app later on in the show. Don't worry.
Are given a document so they can get on an aircraft without identification, without a driver's license, without the proper documentation that the rest of us have to have, and they're allowed to fly to, i.e., New York. And that's what happened.
Wow.
And then these folks independently during interviews told us they were allowed to fly any place they wanted to. Now, we haven't verified that, or we haven't verified how they worked that out, but they claim they didn't pay to fly. It's like kind of Southwest. You don't make you pay for the bags. You don't have to pay to fly, I guess, if you're illegal.
This is the sheriff that just literally busted 228 people in a human trafficking bust, one of the largest ever. He's telling you out of his own mouth what's happening. Look, we don't live in a space where, well, kind of, sort of, we are censored to an extent, so we got to be careful what we say. But we don't live in a space where you're being that suppressed. I mean, thank God we live in the United States of America, but we don't live in a place where we're so suppressed to where we don't have independent media like me to really have the conversation and break down what's really happening. Quentin, don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me, Quentin. They can go and bust it down for a real one, and it's being funded, according to the sheriff, by the federal government. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's some heavy stuff. Yo, look, man, come on, man. Y'all gonna wake up? Y'all not woke yet? Y'all not waking up? Y'all still sleeping at the wheel? You still fighting me? You still trying to have a conversation with me about how Biden is for black people? Man, Biden ain't thinking about y'all. He ain't thinking about y'all. Oh, Biden is for black people. You don't know that he know and they know about what's happening behind the scenes. So we got the most powerful, dedicated surveillance satellites. Listen, I can't walk down the street wrong. Let me jaywalk. Excuse me, Mr. Daniels. You jaywalked, and we gonna publicly release your records so that the YouTubers and the vloggers can go and react to your content. I can't jaywalk. I can't speed. I can't jaywalk. They gonna already supposedly know what they think is gonna happen before they happen. We got precogs, like the like the movie. I forgot what the movie was where they could do pre-crime. They pre-crime me. They be like, Anton, I know you're getting divorced. Bloggers, please react to it. I'd be like, dang, I ain't know I was even in trouble yet. Pre-crime. But they don't know nothing about what's happening as far as all of the... Listen. Bro, they make me I got to get in the thing. I got to take my shoes off before I go through the scanner. TSA be coming back and forth like, Anton, you got too many watches. Are you trafficking watches out here? Did you meet the threshold for minimizing the amount of money that you're traveling across it? But they just walking through. They ain't even... Minority Report. Shout out to Be More Best and ABJ's Wise and K Godfather. They Minority reporting me, but they just walking past with fake documents, and that's just cool. And you telling me that they don't know what's going on? Oh, man, the government is crazy. They confused. They confused. They don't know what's going on. It's wild out here. Anton, you got to cut the government some slack. They know that they going to audit you and make sure that they look at over all of your taxes and your cash apps to make sure that you reported all your income. But these people is flying down and busting it down for a real one and literally giving over $3,000 a month, a week per person. And then y'all keep asking me, well, Anton, how are these people getting $35,000 in order to fly over and get into the United States of America illegally anyway? How is they getting all of this money? Well, now you're starting to put the pieces together, right? Maybe I don't have to say everything out loud so I ain't looked at as the bad guy. Then y'all can start using y'all context clues to make sense of it. Let's see. Woman, she from Venezuela. She is working feverishly and flying back and forth over in Atlanta. They get to go through secret squirrel tunnels in order to be able to go in certain rooms that is unauthorized and is not available to the public. Ah, that's a coincidence. And in Boston, whoa, that's crazy. Hey, what's happening over there at the border where they crossing? How come there's so many women busting it down for a real one, but it ain't no women that's in line to get over here as far as walking through and walk through the woods? That's a coincidence too. Hey, why don't y'all think any of these politicians are saying nothing about this thing and they just leaving our borders open? Everything is just a coincidence. So wait a minute. Everywhere is a sanctuary city. We funding this migrant crisis. None of the Democrats and none of these mayors or governors or anything has anything to say. They just gonna torpedo their budget in order to ensure that this crisis continue to happen. Must be a coincidence. They all confused. They don't know what's going on. They just falling in line. The one person that then say, you know what, I'm thinking about not making this a sanctuary city anymore. Next thing you know, everything around them is getting raided. Breaker 1, 2, make sure you rate that. So everything is just a coincidence. Everything. Nothing is lining up. 100% coincidence. You got the poorest people in the world getting released from jail, flying over here, able to pay over $35,000 to get over here in the first place. We don't question where it's getting from. You can't even figure out how to get some bread because you out here starving. Most Americans don't even have $500 to $1,000 in the case of an emergency. And you sitting here talking about, hey, they don't have the money to be able to stop it. What you talking about? So we all crazy. We all crazy. It's all just one big coincidence. You need me to tie the spider web together, or can you use your context clues to start putting this stuff together yourself? No? We good? We good. Okay, I just want to make sure that we get this started off right. We ain't going to do no quick hits. We just going to get right into the thick of it. We're going to get right into the thick of it. I don't know nothing. I'm confused. I'm a C student. I'm dumb. I be going through life confused, like, oh, man, I'm so confused. I don't know nothing. I just want to let y'all know that all of this is alleged and I don't know nothing. And I'm confused just like y'all confused because we all confused and none of us know what's going on. I'm just telling you what the sheriff says. And it just so happened to be a coincidence that the sheriff busted 228 people at the same time. That's all from all walks of life. And they just so happened to uncover what's going on because the migrants told them what was happening. That's all I'm saying.